Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. This one might be a little itsy-bitsy tiny late, because I'm recording it post-raid. I didn't feel like recording anything earlier, and my raid did end early, but I took my dog on a walk, so, bleh. We're on a little bit of a losing streak, just a little, I would never lose. And I'm feeling like, since we're on the losing streak, it's time for some inconceivable sadness. Yes, medical history. Ooh, Ico, medical history, inconceivable sadness. I think we're rolling. Are we rolling, chat? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's comprehend the situation. Now, here's the deal. We're on a losing streak, and we just picked Misery Worm. So is the losing streak gonna continue? Probably, yeah. Probably, yeah. But, you know what's not gonna continue? The Dark Souls, Lunacid, and RimWorld series when they're done. I've been lazy on them, but they're still alive. There's still things that I'm working on. I tried recording a RimWorld, and I wasn't really feeling it, I'll be honest with you. I got like 10 minutes in, and I was just kind of like, alright, yeah, I'm not feeling very good. And so I kind of just called it. Nothing interesting happened, but, what was I gonna say? The Lunacid should be up on Thursday, same thing with the Dark Souls, and then the Little Goody Two Shoes and the RimWorld are probably gonna be back on track. I've had kind of like, I have my, oh, thank God I took the window capture off. I was on Twitter, I opened Twitter, I meant to go to my YouTube channel. Oh no, 1 second of Halligan's life was pretty drab, half a second. So, yeah, I opened Twitter, and you know what Twitter's like. You go on Twitter, you look at Twitter, there's some weird shit on Twitter. I don't have to censor it, thankfully, because window capture is gone. But, yeah, the last Variety episode was the Dark Souls thing 2 days ago. I'm not counting the Teamfight Tactics thing I did for today. That was just something where I was like, I'm gonna play Teamfight Tactics before I go to bed, so I might as well, like, you know, might as well make it a video because I feel good enough to commentate. But the RimWorld has been gone for like 2 weeks. That's totally my bad. And that's about it. Like the Little Goody Two Shoes has been gone for a week. The RimWorld's been gone for 2 weeks. That's my bad. I apologize about that. And then you get a Teamfight Tactics video in your subscription box. Slap in the face. But it is April. It is the month of foolery. So, you know, get it because it's April Fools, right? Yeah, The joke being that it's supposed to be one day, but it's actually the whole month. I'm gonna play a prank on you. Every day is gonna be some random-ass video that you don't care about. No. That's a funny bit, but, it is not going to be the bit here. I did actually record a Lunacid earlier, and that is one of the things that I will say is I'm just selling the library notes. I'm not even going to bother rolling on them because I don't want to discard them. I want the money more. So here's the thing, right? I want to record, like, everything else, but the problem is that, like, okay, I want to record Dark Souls because, like, Dark Souls has, like, an episode in the backlog, and I want to record RimWorld. I want to record Little Goody Two Shoes. The thing is, I'm just going, like, absolutely insane. I'm going hollow over Lunacid. It's so crazy. It's absolutely goddamn unhinged, and it's just, I can't even begin to describe it. I recorded an episode of Lunacid today. I locked malformed horses in the EXP drain room because I thought I was cooking. Because there's a book outside that says transmute. And there's one of the instructions that we have, which is, like, transmute an animal. And it's like, I thought I was cooking. I thought I was smart. I'm not smart. I'm not cooking. I'm not intelligent, unfortunately. I got all 4 of them in there, and then I just locked them in with barrier. Anyways. I thought I was cooking, but I wasn't cooking shit. But that's just one of the many things, the many crazy, insane things that we do in Lunacid because I'm losing my mind. And the thing is, I want some sort of payoff, right? Like, I want some sort of godforsaken payoff for this stupid game. And I could just go into the room and get, like, the regular ending, but I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when there's shit to do? There's things to get, you know what I mean? Alright, we're going to the hardware store. Monkey wrench, my beloved, at an affordable price. Ho 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 ho! Not at a king's ransom. You'll love to see it. I think we'll get Marvel vs. Capcom 2'd real quick, and it worked out. You'll love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Sure, we'll go to the mansion twice here, why not? Get a little bonus EXP, maybe shave some clear time off this mystery, that'd be pretty fun. But yeah, no, Lunacid is absolutely driving me insane. And it's a little sus, to be honest with you. I want some sort of payoff for Lunacid. It's absolutely driving me insane. Let's eat the doomed investigation, just so that we can have a safe forest. I think that's worth it, because we go up to 11, and then, like, you know, waste our time here. Because I don't think you get an extra doom penalty. I think it's just stamina and reason. And then you go here, and then you feel pretty good about that because you've got a safe location, and you can just kind of ball. Now, having a safe location is not going to stop you from rolling a high number. But sometimes you'll just roll a low number, and you'll feel pretty good about that. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know if I've done this anecdote yet, because I'll be honest, I'm kind of like, my brain is fried. We finally cleared P12S, and we did re-clearies tonight, and we cleared it 2 extra times. We were gonna clear it another time, but like, I just wasn't feeling up to it. I'll admit I was weak. You know, we killed the white woman a couple of times, and I just wanted to call it, and everybody was okay with that. Mostly because they were trying to get us to call it because somebody was in like a thunderstorm and they were worried about their internet going out mid-raid. But nah, I needed to call it for me, but they were probably happy to call it. Or maybe they weren't happy to call it and they secretly hate me. Whoa, that's crazy. No, you can't think like that. The reason why you can't think like that is because that's insanely unhealthy for your mental state, and that's, like, really bad for you. So I said that as a joke, but, like, some people really do feel like that their friends secretly hate them. 1 for each active injury. We're getting pretty lucky on these rolls. But, like, here's the thing. If somebody hates you, they'll either be, like, mean to you, like, passive-aggressive, or they'll just tell you that they hate you, you know? I feel like it'd be very rare. Let's do it, bro. It's all an illusion, right? There was a hole here. Fast swimmer is pretty good. We'll go ahead and take strength, because I do want to get strength up to 8. But, like, yeah, you can't, we need to go back to fun anecdotes, but, like, here's the thing. Here's the realness, right? You, if people enjoy being around you, or at the very least, like, people have fun being around you, right? You gotta have some self-confidence, you know? You gotta think about, like, oh, you know, maybe that you can't ever think that they'll, like, secretly hate you. But anyways, let's pivot immediately from, like, bad vibes, alright? Let's pivot immediately from bad vibes. We finally cleared P12S. Feels really good. We're gonna do a Barse run eventually, just so that we can have, like, a funny number. Because if you look at any of our FF log account, well, I don't have an FF logs account, but you know what I mean, like an FF logs, like, if you look up my character's name on FF logs, you know, we've got, like, a number for every fight in, whatchamacallit, but we don't have a number for this one because the echo came out before we could clear it, so we have to manually disable the echo and then go in, and it's like a whole thing, you know? It's like a whole thing. It's like a whole shebang, you know? Like a whole ordeal, a whole event, we gotta make time for it. But, I'm saying a lot. I feel like this is very 2020 Webweaver coded. And, you know, I keep making the joke, but old web was better. I was about to say again for a joke, but... Oh... I started rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I really finally want to make the full trek through. Well, not the full trek, because I've skipped a couple of episodes that I've already... Well, I've seen all the episodes before. It's a rewatch, but I skipped some of the episodes that I didn't want to watch. But I finally want to, after watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, finally go through and fully watch Korra. Because the thing is, Avatar discourse from, like, the stupid live-action thing that nobody cares about because it's bad or whatever, that made me want to be like, okay, I gotta engage in the Avatar discourse. You know what I mean? But I can't because I've never watched Korra, so I'm not, like, knowledgeable enough to talk about, like, literally anything on Korra. So it's like, I finally want to go through and watch Korra, just so that I have, like, hello, dog, hi. Hello. I'm scratching her, and then she's, like, how do I put it? She was, like, doing that thing where, like, dogs scratch their collar, you know, and it makes it jingle. And so I thought, oh, I'll just scratch you instead. And... while I was doing that, she just kept doing the motion, so she was basically scratching my hand, and that was kind of cute. But, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I did it again! Oh, it's cursed. It's cursed! This is the episode, real and true. I think we've said that more than anything else. We do need to hurry, though. I will ignore the tent, and we will... just run it down mid, as it were. Because, like, I think Korra, at least from what I've heard, because, like, I've heard a lot of shit about Korra. Like, I've heard so much shit about Korra. Because there's been so much online discourse about it forever. You know what I mean? Ooh, it's kind of rancid, actually. There's been so much online discourse about Korra forever and ever. That was a knowledge check. Oops. Oh, that's an active injury. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna go here. We're gonna get that taken care of real quick, because it's an active injury, and then we get badly bruised, and that's still an active injury, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a status. And we're clean, and we're good, and we're out. So, like, I've heard a lot of the spoilers for Korra, so, like, I know a lot of what happens, just because, like, people have, like, talked about it online, like, forever. So I just want to see, like, is it well done or not? Because, like, every time Avatar discourse comes up, and then every time Korra is mentioned, I just gotta, like, shut up. I can't say anything, because I literally don't know anything about it. But speaking of things... Oh god, I said butt again. Oh, I'm so hyper aware of every time I say butt. Speaking of things, of people who do not know what they're talking about, I got accepted into community notes on, well, I mean, you know, is Twitter. It is Twitter. But, you know, it's like X or whatever. So I got accepted into community notes. And it is the funniest... Okay, sometimes it's the funniest shit imaginable, alright? Sometimes it is the funniest shit imaginable. And I can't believe, like, there has to be something, like, I have no idea what it is, right? Because everybody knows the meme of, like, community notes violating people, you know? It's like community notes, somebody says something stupid, community notes comes in like a wrecking ball, and they just, like, beat somebody's ass, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. But what people don't, like, I've never heard of this before, so it's like, at least for me, nobody talks about this. But community notes is so funny, because it's like a second private layer of Twitter. So, when you go on a tweet, you see, like, the replies to it, and then the people who pay for it, you know, they get the priority reply or whatever, some stupid thing like that, right? But you got like your replies, the person who originally OP, original poster, original tweeter, original Xer, original X poster. You know, if they reply to themselves, they get like priority. It's like a chain. It's like a chain of tweets. You know, a thread, if you will. But in community notes, it's like you can press this button on a tweet to go into the community notes mode, and you can just see anonymous people just arguing with each other. And it's so funny because there are some people who take it really seriously as like, I have to be unbiased and I have to be a legitimate unbiased source of community notes information. You have people who are just using it to make jokes and to like try to get on community notes, like making fun of people's Twitter accounts or whatever. You have people who are extraordinarily partisan. It's so funny. And then you have the stans who are a part of community notes, which is probably the funniest part of it. You know what? You already know what we're doing out here. You already know what we're rolling. So like what ended up happening was there was somebody who like posted, we're going back into the bummer topics, but like I swear to God, this is like, at least to me, it's funny. So there was somebody who was like, I raised my kid on Harry Potter books, and then their kid is trans, and so J.K. Rowling is an Andy. We'll say she's an Andy, a politics Andy. Why not? She's not a great person politically. And they were basically saying, like, I raised my kids on these books. It feels really bad. And in the community notes, there's, like, 8 people who are just, like, I don't even know what they're trying to pull, but they're like, putting links to JK, like, really old JK Rowling tweets where she's like, I'm not transphobic, and saying, like, the user above is an idiot and doesn't know that J.K. Rowling is not transphobic. And then below that, you have the NNNs. So the NNNs are the, whatchamacallits. They're like they're no note needed, okay? So, no note needed. NNN, no note needed. And so below, like, the 8 people who are just, like, linking really old J.K. Rowling tweets back when she was pretending to not be a terrible person, you just see, like, you see the NNNs who are like, hey, this is a personal opinion. Like, some people are going, like, hey, this is a personal opinion from the user. We don't really, like, do community notes on personal opinions that aren't stating facts, you know? And then other people are like, what, other people are just like, like, what the hell is happening in the community notes? Just, okay, imagine a tweet that it goes viral, and it's on a lot of tweets that go viral, right? And just imagine anonymous people with stupid usernames, like Golden Gaming Ocelot and Gregarious Angle Gary are just like arguing with each other about like opinions, or like the Keemstar April Fool's joke where he pretended to be dead. All of the you had like 10 community notes, like community members adding context they think you need. There was like 10 notes that were just like, let's fucking go! And then you had one guy in the NNN who was just like, hey, this is an April Fool's joke. It's just, it's horrible. Like, it's awful. Yeah, you should not be a member of community notes if Twitter randomly asks you to apply. I got like a notification like a year ago that was like, hey, do you want to join community notes? And I hit yes, and then it just gave me access like a week ago. You should not join community notes if, holy shit, you should not join community notes if they give you access to, because a lot, well, not a lot, but more than I'm comfortable with, because it feels like getting, like, random Skype messages with links that you definitely shouldn't click. But, like, a lot of them are gore. Like, there's community notes on a few gore photos. And there's no filtering on community notes either. Like, there's no spoilers or hidden or sensitivity things or whatever. It's just, like, you see the tweet immediately. So, like, some of them are videos, and you don't have to watch them. But, like, some of them are just images, and it's not... I feel like I played somebody in Dota, and then they, like, looked up my username on Skype and then started spamming me with images. Oh. But that's how it be sometimes. Don't have use a different username for everything, basically. If that thing is tied to personal information, like if I have something that's tied to personal information, it's got a different name than like every single account. But if it's like a public online account, I'm usually either Webweaver or at this point, Annette or Penny. Do I want to do this? Not really. I don't really know. I mean, we could, it'd be funny. We took hot bath. I'm actually okay with this, let's do it. Because what we're only gonna get, we're basically losing 1, essentially. And we're gaining 2 stamina. And we're still getting minus doom, so that's nice. Now we're gonna immediately lose that stamina, but you know, it is what it is. Just kinda how it do, it's just kinda how it goes. That's a pretty good curse to get though, I'm not gonna lie. Now, is that worth 1% doom? I mean, here's the thing. The curse could be not helpful. The curse could be detrimental, but it's not. It's actually useful. So, it's just an extra penalty that we're not used to. I don't remember if this area was safe or not, but honestly, I could take the healing. I could definitely take the healing. There's nothing I can do to play around this, right? Because it's just 2 curses. Like, I don't have any allies, I don't have any injuries, so I can just get out of here. Holes kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. We actually do have a medical kit, by the way, so we can definitely play around that. Noisy Nails and Medusa. I don't really like any of these, and the problem is it's our stamina that sucks. But Medusa's the more threatening fight, so we'll do Noisy Nails now. I don't have a spell, so I don't care. If I learn a spell, I'll probably just forget it. But yeah, no, so I ended up talking about 2 things that were bummers. In an example of trying to bring up why I think community notes is funny. Actually, 3 things that are bummers. That kind of sucks. But on a brighter side, you know, I'm gonna hopefully get back into the swing of, like, recording more often this week. But the problem is, I just really want, when I record, I want to record Lunacid. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I don't even want to record World of Horror at this point. I just want to record Lunacid. And I know that feels bad from y'all's perspective because it's a weekly delay. But I want to see the game's ending. I want to see the real ending. I want to see it. I want to see it so badly. I'm craving it. Me and alerting the woman Rutsu. -1 stamina. Like, for real, for real. It's such an interesting game. It hasn't... The problem is that I guess this is actually not a problem. If I was doing a regular video on it, I would just have to, like, basically do a podcast episode of me running around the world checking every wall for, like, illusory walls or whatever. But because it's edited by Josephine, I can probably just, like, you know... Oh, me and Mangled Hand Rutsu, not on my goddamn watch. I could probably just, like, be completely silent and just walk around. And then if I find something interesting, Josephine could just, like, you know, edit it in or, like, cut to it. could probably go kind of hard. Are we dead here? No. I would never be dead here. I would never lose. I would never lose a fight against homeboy. All right, we're dead. It's over. It's Jover. Hold on. Can I do it? Can I hit the gritty? Can he do it, chat? Can he do it? I mean, I can't really think of anything else besides getting lucky, I guess, but, let's go. No, I misclicked! No! I misclicked it! Oh. I hate it here. I hate it here. That was such a good run. Oh. I could have tried, like, I need to get better at that. I need to get better at moving the mouse cursor. I really hate doing that. I hate that technique so much, bro. Alright, I'll give you a lightning round to Pokidoku, because I do have to get this episode rendered, like, ASAP. Now I turn on window capture when Twitter isn't on. That's the wrong button. The lightning round to Pokidoku. Thank you so much. Fighting Psychic, Gallade. Psychic Fire, the Fox. Fire Fox. Oh, crap. I know what it is, but I don't know what its name is. It's the, that one starter Pokemon. Sorry, first partner Pokemon. I know what it's called. Is it like, it's the evolution of Broxian. It's the evolution of Broxian. Fennekin, Broxian. No, I know what it is. I know what it is, chat. I know what it is. I'm not stupid, I swear. Foxian. Real fungus. Vixian. Broxian. Zen. Oh, I know what its name is, chat. Oh, no. Yeah, Incineroar, that's a psychic type. When he punches you really hard and you fly through the air. Wait, hold on. Sinnoh? I'm gonna get a Sinnoh check in a second. No evolution line legendary. I mean, this should be insanely easy, right? Like, should be absurdly easy. I could just type a Groudon. Groudon doesn't evolve. Fighting, no evolution line. Punching. You think that Ursula thing? Ursaluna? Do you think that's I think Blood Moon is an evolution? Do you think that counts as an evolution? Fire, no evolution line. That should be easy, right? There, Reggie Fire. Reggie Fire, yeah. Gouging Fire, yeah. Gouging Fire. Is that Terra? Is this fighting? That's a fighting type, right? Fighting. Reggie Punch. Crap. Okay. Raging Bolt. Do you think this is a fighting type? Do you think Zapdos Galar is a fighting type? Alright, let's get a Sinnoh check real quick. What is Sinnoh? Probably need to end this in like a minute or two. Sinnoh is Gen 4, okay. So, a Gen 4 legendary. Alkia. A Gen 4 fire type. Infernape. Wait a minute, Infernape is a firefighting? It's not the question. Sinnoh, fighting type. Aw, crap. What the hell fights in Sinnoh? Wait, whoa, Toxic Croak. Psychic Fire. It's the Firefox! I know what it's called! Or I know what it is. Zen. Fennekin. Broxian. The hell is it called? Oh no. Fennekin. I would really just love Like, like, if you type a name of the evolution line, it just shows the whole thing. I know why it doesn't, but, like, Foxen. Is the Braxian a freaking... Does Braxian get the psychic type? Or does it get the psychic type at the very end? I'm washed. I'm washed. Hey, you know what? Zapdos Galar, baby. Oh my god, it is a fight. It's right there! It's a Delphox! Oh! How was I supposed to know it was Fox with the PH? You piece? Oh yeah, I could have also done Amarouge. Yeah, how could I be so stupid? It was Amarouge the whole time.